Hello everyone. In this video we will be showing you parts of the mechanical ventilator. For the purpose of demonstration, we are using Accutronic ventilator from the Fabian. We are not promoting any ventilator, only for the purpose of demonstration. Basically, a ventilator has four components. One is the inlets, which includes the gases and the electricity. Then the inspiratory unit, where the mixing of air happens and the gases are delivered to the patient. This is followed by an expiratory component where exhaled gases are collected, and we have an assembly which senses the pressures and the oxygen. So I will show you in detail all these components in the following demonstration. So I will be showing you the components of the ventilator, the entry and exit points. So this is the backside panel of the ventilator, where we have the power entry point for AC current, which takes a 220 volts input. And we also have a connection for DC current, which can be used. It is optional. These are the power inputs. This is followed by gas inputs. One is for oxygen and one is for air. The oxygen tubing is always white in color and the air tubing is black in color. This is a filter which can be used, which is used for the air port. This is because the centralized supply of air has some amount of humidity, and the humid gases can be damaging to the ventilator. And the air enters into this filter and it is trapped by the water trap. If you want to release the water which has accumulated, you can press on this screw. And we also have a port for flow sensor, for carbon dioxide sensor, and this is a port for ultrasonic nebulizer. And we also have ports for SpO2 sensor, which we can be used as a feedback control one. And this is the VGA port and this is the network port for data connectivity. This is the fan and this is the alarm. This is the front part of the ventilator, which has four important ports and a screen. The first port, the blue one, it is the inspiratory port. Inspiratory gases exit from this port, then enter the humidifier, then reach the patient. This is the prox port, where we attach a pressure sensor. And this is the expiratory port. The exhaled gases enter into this port. This is for high frequency ventilation. Whenever a baby is on high frequency ventilation, this is attached to the inspiratory circuit, which I will be showing in the circuit demonstration. This is the blender assembly of the ventilator. We have opened up the side wall of the ventilator. Once the oxygen and air, before they enter the blender assembly, there are filters located in the tubings. This is how a filter looks like. They filter out the particulate material. This is the oxygen tubing and this is the air tubing. So there are important valves which are there in the blender assembly. This is the pressure regulator. We have a pay reach for oxygen and air. And these are the solenoid valves and these are proportionate valves. What happens is the air enters the blender assembly at a central pressure of 4 to 6 atmospheres. These two valves, they drop the pressure, and this is the pressure sensor. Whenever the pressure is inadequate, which happens when the central supply is not properly connected, they alert the physician by giving an alarm. The solenoid valves and proportionate valves are an important component. They regulate the precise amount of oxygen and air to be delivered. The inspiratory gas, the mixed gas, the oxygen levels are sensed by the oxygen cell. Following this, the gas enters the inspiratory tubings. The inspiratory gases, which come through the red tube, enter the inspiratory limb of the patient circuit. This is the pressure sensor, and it is connected to the proximal port through a green tubing. And inside we have two safety valves. I will also explain the parts of a ventilator circuit. We are showing this demonstration on Fisher and Paykel circuit. So this is the humidifier base, which is connected to the power supply, and this is the humidifier chamber. The blue ones are the inspiratory limbs. This is the expiratory limb. This is the Y piece connecting inspiratory and expiratory limb. This is the flow sensor and this is the pressure sensor. We also have two wires. This is the temperature sensor, which is again attached to the inspiratory limb, and this is the heater wire adapter. To insert the humidifier chamber onto the humidifier base, we have to press this blue bar. Then this has to be carefully inserted, and once it is locked, we can hear the click. The inspiratory limb has two components. The first component carries the inspiratory air from the ventilator to the humidifier chamber. This is the second part of the inspiratory limb. It has two ports for temperature sensor which I will be attaching and showing. This part will be attached to the humidifier. This is the expiratory limb which can be attached to the expiratory port. The inspiratory and expiratory limbs are connected through the Y-piece. To the Y-piece, we attach the flow sensor. The proximal line will be attached to the port provided in the expiratory limb, and the other end is attached to the proximal port of the ventilator. There are two temperature sensors. This is the distal temperature sensor and this is the proximal temperature sensor. The distal temperature sensor is attached to the end of the inspiratory limb, and the proximal sensor is attached to the beginning of the inspiratory limb. The port for temperature sensor on the humidifier is color coded. This is the heater adapter. It has three components. The yellow color coded one will be attached to the humidifier base. The butterfly shaped one will be attached to the inspiratory limb, and the other one will be attached to the expiratory limb. The yellow color coded end will be attached to the humidifier chamber. The butterfly shaped one will be attached to the inspiratory limb, and the other end will be attached to the expiratory limb. This is the water inlet for the humidifier chamber, and it has to be always connected to a distilled water chamber. So this is the maximum water level, which is indicated by the blue colored line and the arrow. Once the water is filled up to that level, it is automatically cut off by using a valve.